Niroga Institute is a nonprofit that brings dynamic mindfulness practices to thousands of children, youth, and adults annually in schools, health centers, and prisons. Are you regularly stressed out or around others who are? You know the impact of stress on your own health, productivity, and relationships. Chronic stress is a critical problem of our time, and it is also the root cause of several interrelated problems in healthcare, in education, and in public safety. Our unique solution is Dynamic Mindfulness, integrating mindful movement for dissolving stress and trauma, breathing techniques for emotion regulation, and meditation for enhancing attention and empathy. Anyone can build stress resilience with a few minutes of dynamic mindfulness.
As a teacher in a low-income school, I found myself often sacrificing my own self-care for what I thought was for the benefit of my students. I thought that by really working myself into the ground, I was benefiting them because the work that I was doing was so important. I was so mission-driven that I forgot to take care of myself sometimes because that wasn't the priority for me when I was in the classroom. But what I found was that leads to burnout. And when teachers burn out and are no longer in the classrooms, we can't serve our students at all. Mindfulness practice for me was a way to wring out the sponge of the stressors that I was soaking in every day. And it allowed me to address what I now know as a level of secondary trauma that I experienced, or of caregiver fatigue. By deeply empathizing with my students, I didn't understand it at the time, but I was internalizing the stress and the trauma that I would hear in their stories and what they were experiencing. As teachers, we have to take care of ourselves so that we can stay in the classroom, so that we can stay calm and centered in the midst of what oftentimes seems like chaos in the classroom. We truly would be so privileged to share the tools of dynamic mindfulness with the community at South by Southwest. We really aim to arm people with tools that they can access anywhere at any time. Simple breath, simple movement, simple focusing tools to regulate the stress response system so that we are better able to be the people that we intend to be, to act in the ways that we feel are most productive for the communities that we're committed to serving, to the students that we are committed to supporting.
From a mindful classroom where meaningful learning and connection happens, to a mindful school, a mindful family, a mindful community, a mindful world.
Come be a part of this vision, empowering a million mindful children. And we would change the world, one mindful child at a time.